It's happened again, Newcastle United. It's happened again. He turned you down. He turned you. Sesko turned you down. He turned you down. He turned you down. He turned you. Yeah? Newcastle United fans, honestly, stop being mad at us. Stop being mad at Man United. Because you got Champions League, because you got a better team on paper, and you've been doing well in recent years. You're stepping out of your lane. And this is a message to the Newcastle fans who've been stepping out of their lane. There's a lot of you that are sensible and understand how the football ecosystem works. But for the ones that don't, let me remind you, stop being angry at Man United fans. Ask the other 8 players who turned you lot down. Ask the other 8 players who were nothing to do with coming to Man United, who also don't want to play for Newcastle United. And ask yourself why. You know what? Don't even be mad at the Saudi ownership. Don't be mad at Eddie Howe. It's just the way it works. It's just the food chain, guys. It's just the food chain. The team that finished 15th can get players over the team that finished 5th because we're just a bigger club than you. That's it. I'm not even trying to force this rivalry between us. Shout out Matty Renton. Was giving it. Well, there's only one United. We've got the real Bruno. All of this stuff, you lot keep doing it to yourselves. And ultimately, you get mad when this happens. And the reality is, I like Newcastle United. I like the players. I like what you're doing. I like the manager. I love the achievement that you got last year for your first trophy in 50 years. But the reality of the situation, Newcastle United fans, is that you lot have to remember that in the grand scheme of football, players don't care. They don't care enough to reject the big boy clubs. Because that's what it is. You're a massive club in Newcastle and you're growing. I've got total respect for Newcastle United. But you have to understand where you are on the food chain. You have to understand your place. Like in Caribbean households, like understand when big man attack. Simple things, brother. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle United, they're like a zebra crossing, bro. Everyone just walking all over them. It's not my fault. You lot just pull up highway code settings. Zebra crossing, everyone stop. Pedestrians got right of way. And the pedestrians being all the other clubs signing your targets, mate. Like, you're arguing at the wrong people. You're misdirecting your anger at the wrong people. Don't misdirect your anger at the clubs that are way bigger than you, have a bigger history than you, where players, no matter the fact that you won the Carabao Cup, doesn't mean you're gonna get players over the big man players. Even my team that finished 15th. Do you know what I mean? Brian and Brumo, you looked at him. João Pedro didn't want to join. Mateus Cunha didn't want to join. James Trafford didn't want to join. Hugo Ekitike didn't want to join. Benjamin Sesko doesn't want to join. Dean Howson doesn't want to join. Like, what else? What else do you want to add in? Kudus doesn't want to join. Nobody wants to be with you at this moment. You know, Johan Wissa's on strike. There you go. Johan Wissa's on strike at Brentford. You can have him. You can have him. Your best player, Isak, wants to leave. So why does he want to leave? Why does he want to leave if Newcastle are almighty and the best thing since sliced bread? So again, this is not to all Newcastle United fans. This is just to the ones who can't comprehend how they're missing out on targets to other people. Just know your lane. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. All of this misguided hate at my team because we're a bigger club than you and we're steeped in history and it's still an attractive proposition to play for Man United in our current form, by the way, in our worst period ever. In our worst period ever, we've still won more trophies than you. It's the same with Villa. They ain't even won nothing in this period, and this is their best period in the Premier League for a very long time. Very long time. But they still ain't won nothing. They haven't created history. Do you know what I mean? And I think people keep blurring this line of like what putting in work to be a big club actually is. And listen, I respect Newcastle United. I like Newcastle United. I like what you're doing. But this is just further evidence that it takes way more than that to be cemented as a big football club that can compete with other guys' history. And maybe, listen, I get it's frustrating. Why should they won the treble in 99. How is that still a thing? They won the Champions League last in 2008. Why does that still... Why? That's so annoying. They finished 15th. They've got nothing to offer. We're in the Champions League. We're going to be playing against Real Madrid and PSG and stuff at um at St James's Park. Why wouldn't anyone want to be part of that? Because the name Manchester United still carries weight. And the prospect of turning around Manchester United's fortunes is a lot of the time bigger than joining someone who's never done it before. That's just it. And guess what? We didn't even pay as much money as you did. That's the thing. People talk about, oh, it's just money. What are you going to say now? This is purely because of the size of the club, and we're just bigger than you. We're more attractive than you. That's it. We offered less money. Less money. Do you know what I mean? So maybe not in terms of wages, but in terms of transfer fee. So I'm saying argue with yourselves, man, because that's just it. Like I said, I'm not even encouraging you not to get mad at Eddie Howe. It's not his fault either. It's not the Saudi owners' fault either. It's just how it goes, and you just gotta leave the conversation and go put more work in. That's just how it goes. This is football, my friend. It's not fair. The PSR thing and all of that stuff. You know, people saying, how can Man United afford this? How can we afford that? We were smart with what we did with Mateus Cunha. That's on last year's books. That's why I didn't join till July. Sorry. Like, what do you want us to do? We're massive. You're not. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've been forced to say this. You lot have made me say this. We're massive and you're not. You're putting in a lot of good work. I'm not trying to offend Newcastle fans, but this is to the ones who've been coming at me, who've been coming at Man United, running jokes. Where's your jokes now? And it's not just about Man United. Like I said, Bagger Man turned you down. Why they? Ask yourself why all them players are turning down Newcastle United. Because you're right, Newcastle United is a fairly attractive proposition. You know, they got great players. They got a really good manager, really passionate fans. Good season last year, a historic season in terms of not football history, but Newcastle United history. Massive, winning your first trophy in 50 years. Everyone was right behind you apart from Liverpool fans as well. I was willing you on to win, not just because I don't like Liverpool, but because you deserve it. But ask yourself, this is what I'm saying, as a Newcastle United fan, ask yourself, why are people turning you down? Ekatike wants to go to Liverpool. Why? Not just because they're the champions, but they're massive. It's Liverpool. Isak wants to go to Liverpool when he has everything at Newcastle United because they're the Premier League champions and they're Liverpool. Dean Howson wanted to go to Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? João Pedro wanted to go to Chelsea and that worked out. They're world champions now. They've got history. They've won Champions League. They've won Premier Leagues. They're in London. That also counts. Who else turned you down? Delap turned you down. He went to Chelsea. Turned down Man United as well, to be fair. But he turned you down. James Trafford. You know what I mean? Would have been perfect for you. I think it's a great signing. Got the chance to go back to City. They've been treble winners only a couple of years ago. They're Manchester City. They're bigger than you. Like, the list goes on. You put in 4 bids for Mark Gahey. 4 last summer. 4. And he's still not a Newcastle United player. Why? You have to ask yourself these questions. So, listen, I don't normally like to just gloat, and especially because the things be, oh, you're 15th, how can you do this? It's from a position, I'm doing this from a position of understand the football ecosystem. Yeah? No disrespect, but you don't get hyenas complaining to the lions in the jungle. That's just not how it goes. Yeah? You've seen Lion King, the hyenas are the little man. That's just how it goes. It can't be changed. It's the food chain. There's someone who's at the top of the food chain. There's people that are at the bottom of the food chain. There's people that are in the middle. There's usually someone who's always going to eat you. That's just how it goes in the food chain. So you just got to put more work in. Become the king. Do you know what I mean? Put more work in. So there you go. Smash a like on the video. Sorry, Newcastle United fans, for the ones who understand this. But for the ones who've been chatting crap to Man United fans, saying, oh, you're this, you're from 15th. If anything, that shows even more. Do you know what I mean? That's even more of an indictment on your team. The fact that you can't get players over the team that finished 15th, and apparently you're the real United. If you're the real United, why is Benjamin Sesko not choosing you then? And then, like I said, them other 9 players who turned you down. Argue with yourselves. I'm out of here. Peace.